argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
I denied some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds... Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy.
They're going to get trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff, too, because that's literally... the founder of... Or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often... But that's what they do, is they embellish... And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible. It was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
yeah. So guys, Just Pearly Things just put up a video apologizing or taking accountability with regards to the Nick Fuentes interview she did, the comments she made about African immigrants or African workers, and the comments she made about slavery in general. So, just like me, many guys, many people, many YouTubers made response videos in regards with the comments she made, right? With regards to the slavery and the African immigrants, and even just entertaining and having a conversation with a so-called white supremacist. The first thing Just Pearly Things did was to delete the Nick Fuentes interview from her YouTube channel. Now, I didn't expect her to make a video apologizing, but she made one. So we're going to go through the apology and then I'll react to different sections of it and see if she means it, if she just trying to, reduce the fire that's being thrown at her, or maybe she has actually learned from her mistakes and she's actually trying to be better, to learn more about the cultures and to learn more about what she can say and what she can't say for the audience. So for me, maybe some of you guys don't care for her apology. Maybe some of you guys really think she's a racist. Maybe some of you guys, I'm not even going to accept her apology, but I'm going to give her the benefit of a doubt for even trying to apologize in the first place, accepting there's a problem, and being willing to actually address the issue at hand. So I'm going to give her the benefit of a doubt, but let's go through her apology and see what she says.
Today, I'm going to be addressing the Nick Fuentes situation. I know why you guys are here. Okay. So I want to first say I take full accountability for everything that happened. Everything that happens in life, as I say to the girls on my show, is my own fault. The fact that people are making these videos is my own fault. And the situation that I'm in is my own fault. Now, I'm going to give you guys an explanation and give you guys context for some of the conversations that were had. Just know it's not an excuse. It's my own fault. I take full accountability for everything that happened. Okay. So, but I'm going to answer questions that people have brought my way. So the first thing is, why did you have Nick on? The reasoning behind having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard that he was on the no-fly list and he lost his bank account. Now, from your point of view, you would think, why would you invite someone on that's on the no-fly list, right? That would be a bad... Well, he's not anymore. That's how he flew, but he was. So I was more just curious why this man was banned on everything. Now, I've seen a lot of videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb. And I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was a known racist. I did know he was a known sexist. I did know that basically every bad name in the book from the right and the left, everyone hated him. So the reason I had him on was because, guys, people say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So again, racism has no place in society, and I do take accountability for bringing him on. Hindsight's always 20/20.
So Just Pearly did acknowledge that she knew of Nick Fuentes' alleged white supremacist, ways or racist ways and this and that. And she acknowledges that The only reason she brought him on is because she is also often considered or given negative, descriptions. So just Pearly is saying the only reason she had Nick Fuentes on her channel was to have a conversation. But the only issue I have with just Pearly is the fact that when they started talking about slavery and African immigrants and Black Americans, she didn't hold back with regards to laughing about those situations, with regards to laughing about the conversations she was having with Nick Fuentes. If you are acknowledging you knew that he is racist, you knew he's a white supremacist, but you wanted to give him a platform to have a conversation with him, I would hope you would push back on some of his narratives. But you didn't, just Pearly. All you did was literally laughing on different conversations that you knew wouldn't go well with people. I would give you a benefit of a doubt if you didn't acknowledge on your own platform that, hey, listen, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. That means you knew ahead of time that anything you say will be used against you, and that it would offend some people, especially some of your workers who are Black, or in this case, African.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna get trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
yeah.
I was like,
and that's the issue, Pearl. You admitted during the interview that this is gonna get me in trouble, especially when you're talking about something as sensitive as slavery, and Black people were gonna have an issue with you claiming that it wasn't as bad. Like, I don't care if there was a slave who was not beaten up, or a slave who was not, whose wife was not stolen, a slave who was not told to pick cotton all day and was only told to pick cotton 2 minutes out of the day. At the end of the day, it was a horrible event that happened in history. So for you to acknowledge that it's bad and then you go on to talk about it, that was bad. So for that part, you were in the wrong. Now, I get that you are trying to acknowledge that you're actually in the wrong, but I'm just saying you knew ahead of time. So I'm going to give you a pass on that. But let's continue to watch and see if she really, did apologize for anything else that's worthwhile.
And during this conversation, we were talking about immigration. And I said, I'm trying to get my Africans to America. Now, I watched it back, guys. It was so cringy. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. I met my African employees. I just said Africans. The reason is because, like, why wouldn't you just say my employees or whatever to America? I really respect the African culture. I had no ill will or malice towards any of that. But it sounded absolutely awful. It was so cringy watching back. So it was stupid. Okay. What I realized is this was especially disrespectful because we did have someone that's a known white supremacist race. Like, making that joke in front of him, with him, is just in poor taste. And I did apologize to him for it. I really had no malice or ill will. But, stupid. It was just stupid. Okay.
Yes, Pearl. My African, whole joke about your African employee or your producer, Blessings, who's African, that was in bad taste. All right. There's no way, shape or form. Now, maybe he found it funny. I don't think so deep down, because you employ him, so he wouldn't say he found it offensive. But the bigger picture is your audience. All right. And I'm going to assume the biggest audience, or at least the people who really, helped your channel get off the ground, were people of color. So I'm talking about Black people, right? Especially Black men who are supporting you from the start, right? So there's no way they were going to take it lightly or not even get offended. It's just, It was a bad joke, but obviously you laughed about it. And then Nick Fuentes also made a joke about it. So I'll give you credit for, apologizing and looking back and realizing it was really cringe, and poor test, like you said, Hopefully it's a learning lesson. We all make mistakes. But also, I hope you're okay with the fact that some people are still going to take offense to it and probably will always. So, if you guys want to watch the full, apology, it's up on our channel. You guys let me know what you think. Do you guys think she's being honest? She's really being apologetic, or is she just trying to calm down the fire and the outrage and the critics that are coming on her neck? I being one of them. Now, I really have no bone in this fight. I'm just trying to analyze the situation. Do I think her apology is honest or real? If I had to sit down with her, I would definitely point out exactly where she went wrong and where she should not have gone wrong, because she seems like a pretty intelligent woman and she seems like she had all the information to know that some of the things she was going to say were going to be offensive to many people. And she even acknowledged that, hey, listen, I'm going to get in trouble for this. So I would be like, hey, you knew better, so you should have done better. But listen, we're all human beings. You messed up. So her challenge right now for Pearl is going to be, are you able to do better from here? Are you able to not backtrack? Because if it's a one-time thing and she apologizes like she just did, okay, sure, it's all fair and square. But then if something else comes up with regards to racism, or she collaborates with someone who's a known white supremacist in the future, or racist, or someone who doesn't care about black people, if she does anything similar in the future, work with a known or so-called or alleged racist or white supremacist, and she doesn't push back or bring on someone who's going to refute and argue their points or their positions in the future, then everything she just said in this apology video will be gone, will be null and void. So for now, I'll give her the benefit of a doubt, because we all make mistakes. But the most important thing now is going to be how she handles race, culture differences going forward. But personally, I don't have any hate or beef with Just Pearly Things. In fact, the way how hardworking she has been, and how she has grown with content creation from the start inspires me, especially me as someone with a small YouTube channel. But you guys let me know what you think. Was she being real? Do you guys accept her apology? So comment down below. You can go watch her video on her YouTube channel. I'm gonna tag her YouTube channel.